New tonight, this is where the plane that crashed at RDU International is resting now, behind a fence off the runway. UNC Health says in the next day or so, it's going to be moved to Delaware for an investigation. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Lena Tillett. The crashed medical services plane from UNC was removed after spending 9 hours near one of the airport's main runways. We have had live team coverage of this story since the news broke. Tonight, we want to begin with WRAL's Carly Haynes joining us live now from RDU. Carly, what's it like there now?
We're still seeing some people rolling in from some of these delayed flights. You can see people coming in even at this hour. I was actually descending into RDU this morning when my plane diverted. We know what happened after that initial incident, but we're still working to learn what happened before. It's the question investigators are now looking into. How did this UNC medical plane crash on an RDU runway Wednesday morning?
It looks like a fairly low energy impact.
Jim Krause is an aviation expert who analyzed the damage when it first hit the ground.
It appears to me that something happened during approach or on touchdown or shortly after touchdown.
The NTSB still has to do its investigation, but witness statements indicate the plane may have crashed after a missed approach to the airport. 2 people were inside at the time, identified as UNC internal medicine doctor Paul Chelminsky and pilot Art Johnson. Both were taken to the hospital with injuries and are expected to live. This scary moment on the ground led to chaos in the skies.
In the meantime, we'll be sitting tight for a little bit longer here. Appreciate your patience.
We heard on a loudspeaker that, we were going to be in the air for an extra 45 minutes, and then all of a sudden, maybe 10 minutes later, we got rerouted, so it kind of, ruined our plans for today.
Jana Murkowski was diverted to Richmond International Airport after RDU temporarily halted all flights from coming or leaving. Each diversion and delay causing a ripple effect across the flight schedule.
I think since we got here, seriously, this is the 6th gate we've been sent to in the last 2 or 3 hours and what have you, but it looked like finally we're fixing to head out. So we're grateful. We're still heading to New York to visit our granddaughter.
Dr. Chelminsky is now out of the hospital. He's currently recovering at home. We've asked him if he wanted to share any of his experiences, but understandably it has been a long day. Meanwhile, Johnson is still in the hospital. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live at RDU.
And I'm Brian Schrader in the WRAL Live Center. Those ripples that Carly mentioned through the schedule continue this evening. I just checked with RDU, and they still have 7 flights that are delayed. That is way down from the dozens of flights that were delayed earlier today. About 8:45, we got word from the airport that they had reopened that runway, so that's going to help things get back to normal. We've been monitoring the flights here on this map, the inbound and outbound flights to RDU. We did learn that through this entire incident today, 23 flights were diverted, 23 flights inbound to Raleigh. So things are getting back to normal at RDU. Now, Ashley Rowe has been looking into this medical transport service that operates through UNC. Ashley, what have you learned?
Yeah, Brian, it's called UNC's Air Operations. It takes medical residents, university faculty, and other professionals to different locations around the state. This plane that crashed today at RDU is one of a fleet of 6. An average day for one of these planes could be flying a UNC Chapel Hill Dental School faculty member to a conference in Asheville, or bringing medical residents to Wilmington to see patients at a clinic. WRAL flew with the team in 1999 to treat patients in a Rutherford County community where there are no major medical centers. At the time, a doctor with the medical transport said the service prevents patients from having to make the long trip to Chapel Hill. According to UNC's Air Operations website, they typically fly 5 to 7 flights every day, guys.
Ashley, thank you. We will continue to follow this developing story on air and online. Be sure to watch our morning news beginning at 4:30 a.m. for the very latest.